kākou. O tutu man ka wai kapu o kalani hiwat ke ia. E ono hoi no kākou me mele a me ʻŌLELO. Here we are with Mele and ʻŌLELO. E mele ke ia no ka Pīlalilali. E ai I ka ono o ka Pīlalilali. Ka Palaoa lalilali I ka waha ke momoni iho. E ai I ka ono o sa Pīlalilali. Sa Palaoa lalilali I ka waha ke momoni iho. He ai ono loa penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona I ka puu I ke ale iho. He ai ono loa penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona I sa puu I ke ale iho. Hana ho. E ai I ka ono o sa Pīlalilali. Sa Palaoa lalilali I ka waha ke momoni iho. E ai I sa ono o sa Pīlalilali. Sa Palaoa lalilali I ka waha a ke momoni iho. He ai ono loa penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona I sa puu I ke ale iho. He ai ono loa penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona I sa puu I ke ale iho. Pauku enua e ai me ka inuti. E ai me ka inu sope. Wale ka ono o sa Palaoa Pīlalilali. E ai me ka inuti. E ai me ka inu sope. Wale ka ono o sa Palaoa Pīlalilali. E ai ono loa penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona I ka puu I ke ane iho. He ai ono loa penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona I sa puu I ke ale iho. E ai me ka inuti. E ai me ka inu sope. Ahu wale sa ono o sa Palaoa Pīlalilali. E ai me ka inuti. E ai me ka inu sope. Ahu wale sa ono o sa Palaoa Pīlalilali. He ai ono loa penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona I sa puu ale iho. E ai ono loa, penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona i sapu'u, i ke ale iho. Auku e kolu, me salima e sa'a vili vili. A e ho o tomo tomo, he ai penu ia. E ho o sani sani samusa, iha me salima e sa'a wili wili. A e ho o somo somo, he ai penu ia. E ho o sani sani samusa. E ai ono loa, penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona i sapu'u, i ke ale iho. E ai ono loa, penu ia me ka waiutia. Sa ai momona i sapu'u, i ke ale iho. Ke una hana hoa le pauku e kolu. Le salima e sa'a wili wili. A e ho'o tomo tomo. He ai i penu ia. Ho'o sani sani samusa. Hana hou. Me salima e sa'a wili wili. A e ho'o tomo tomo. He ai penu ia. E ho'o sani sani samusa. Back to the chorus. He ai ono loa, penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona i sapu'u, i se ale iho. Hana hou, he ai ono loa, penu ia me ka waiutia. Ka ai momona i sapu'u, i ke ale iho. A sai momona i sapu'u, i ke ale iho. A he mele ke ia, no ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. He ai ono loa uwa kamaiki. Hānai ia no na napo e Kūpuna ko wā kamaiki no. A kamai no la o ka omo ana no pi e mau mea ono. Palaoa Pīlalilali. Ho o komono ka Palaoa Pīlalilali loko ka waiutia. A sa'a vili vili no. Ai penu ia. Ai ono loa i ka waha. Ono loa i ka pu'u. Ike ale i hono. Mele and mo'o ʻŌLELO. So that was the mele. That was a song, yeah. He mele no ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. First let me explain what is Palaoa Pīlalilali. So the Kūpuna, when they raise us, when we kamaiki, and we like eat something ono, we cannot go Safeway buy cake, or we cannot go, Zippy's get a coconut Napoleon, or we cannot do that kind of stuff. So the Kūpuna, they have to make something ono for us eat. And the Palaoa Pīlalilali is the flat pancake, much like what we know, or what people are familiar with. Those are crepes, right? The Kūpuna, they ho'okomono ka Palaoa I loko o ka pola, and vili ia no me ka vai, and just a little bit aila, and they stir up that thing, and then they get the frying pan nice and hot, and they pour some aila inside, and then they pour the batter, and then they make the thing like this, and the Palaoa Pīlalilali move all over the bottom of the frying pan, yeah? And then the thing cook. And then when the thing all dry on the top, then they huli the Palaoa Pīlalilali. No take too long for cook because the batter is watery thin. And o ke ia Palaoa Pīlalilali, o no loa. He hakamana o Pīlalilali. Some, lali, of course, is to have a lot of grease and a lot of fat, right? And ʻOIA no ke ano o ke ia ano mea ai, ʻOIA hoʻi o ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. Ai no mako ki ia ano mea ai I ke kakahiaka, I nā makemake no nā kama iki, kokoke no ka ho makaukau ano o Kūpuna wahine, o ke ia mea onolo ʻOIA hoʻi o ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. So, I nā makemake no mako e ai ki ia mea ai I aina avakia, ai no I ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. I know iki ahi o makaukau no lako ki ano me ai no mako because ma'alahi no I ka hana. So this was so easy to make, and they make for us all the time. And the reason I'm telling this story about the Palaoa Pīlalilali, if you saw my Facebook post, I made for my mom, yeah. Of course, mom, yeah, ho pipi ia kana iwa ku mamalu mau makahiki. So I ke kahi manawa ana ono I hana I kuke ina mea ai ono loa, mea ai punahele no kona ai iho ana no. And so I knew she was ono for Palaoa Pīlalilali. So I went to go make one pan with the Palaoa Pīlalilali, and I went put them in the plate, and I went send them with my granddaughter. Ki mai oi ki mea ono no tutu wahine. Now no e hawa aku iaia. Oh, okay. So she came, get the plate. But before she got downstairs, she already ate 2 or 3 Palaoa Pīlalilali. She said to me, "Oh, tutu he ake ia, oh, ke la no ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. Make oi, e hoa o, oh, make au, hoa o no. A pehea ke ano ai, pehea ke ano o ka ai ana, o ke ia mea ono, ʻŌLELO aku au iaia, you roll up the Palaoa Pīlalilali, and then you put the Palaoa Pīlalilali in a waiutia, and then you eat the Palaoa Pīlalilali. I know me ka hau uli. A me ka mino aka. O no loa. So she went go eat them. By the time she get down there, I think only had 1 on the plate for grandma, our Palaoa Pīlalilali. So the song says, e ai I ka ono, you have to eat the Pīlalilali, this flat pancake, ka Palaoa the Palaoa lali. And lali is because you have to. You put a little bit ʻAila in the batter and you put ʻAila in the pan. So it's Palaoa lali. No. I ka waha kemo moni iho. And of course, when you're young, you can eat them all the time, man. But when you get old, you got a Mālama. You got to be careful. You don't eat too much Palaoa Pīlalilali. So anyway, he ai ono loa, polole ke la. He ai ono loa. Penu ia I ka waiutia. Penu is to dip. Yeah? Penu ia I ka waiutia. Now, waiutia is our word for condensed milk. Because before, on the condensed milk can, had one picture of a deer. So, from deer, or deer became tia. Waiutia, penu ia me ka waiutia. So you dip the Palaoa, or the crepe, into the waiutia, the condensed milk. Ka'ai momona, and this is very sweet and very fattening. When you put them in your mouth and you swallow down, you not can forget, ale ki ho'opoina, ka onolo, ki ia mea ai, o iho ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. You cannot forget how ono that thing tastes. You cannot just eat 1 or 2, you just have to continue ho'omauno ka ai ano no, ki ia mea ono, ki ia mea momona, ki ia mea motuhituhi I ka waha, o ia ho'i no, ka Palaoa Pīlalilali, ai, hono me ka hau oli. And then when everybody eat Palaoa Pīlalilali, it's just like sitting around the table and everybody dipping, but we're not dipping in the poi, we're dipping in the waiutia. And everybody sit down and talk story and they eat the Palaoa Pīlalilali. All right, second verse. Okay, so that was the first verse and the chorus. The pauku e kahi, a me kahui, and ke ia no, ka pauku e lua o ki ia mele Palaoa Pīlalilali. E ai me ka inu ti, So you can eat and drink hot tea. Ai meka inu sope or kope, you eat with coffee, your choice. Either one gonna make them taste more ono. And then, you gotta eat them with a hot drink because you gotta wash all the oil down, yeah? Hu valeka ono. Hu the ono just rise up. O ka Palaoa Pīlalilali, of course the Palaoa Pīlalilali. And I already explained what is Palaoa Pīlalilali. So if you try Palaoa Pīlalilali at home, you take 1 cup of flour, you put the 1 cup of flour in the bowl, and then you put water and you stir until you come to the consistency of a very thin batter. Now, you can use milk if you like, if you can afford, or $10 a gallon in Hawaii, maybe more. Or you can use coconut milk. So put the flour, you try a little bit first, 1 cup of flour. Then you put your liquid, you stir, get nice watery, not too watery, not too thick, and not too thin, but right there in the middle, just right. Because when you pour in the pan, you gotta, take the pan and move them like this, so that that batter just moves all in the pan, and you get a very thin layer. But you cannot forget the third ingredient. You have to put a tablespoon of oil in your batter. And that's all you need to make Palaoa Pīlalilali. No need sugar, no need salt, no need baking powder, no need baking soda, no need nothing. Your flour, your liquid, as I said, you can use cream mixed with the water, you can use milk, you can use coconut milk, you can use oat milk, whatever kind you like. You put your liquid, and then finally you put 1 tablespoon of ʻAila or oil. And then you get your pan nice and hot, yeah? Little bit oil, no, put plenty of oil in the pan. I brush the oil on the pan. Then I use half a cup, and I put half a cup in the middle, and then I really that thing around, huli aku, huli mai, and then it spreads all around the bottom of the pan, and then I let it cook. That's the Palaoa Pīlalilali. Now the Pīlalilali is just not uawa i ka waha, but little bit gummy. You have to chew the Palaoa Pīlalilali. No loa no. In fact, after this, I'm going to make Palaoa Pīlalilali. But if you go to my Facebook page, you can see I will do one post about the Palaoa Pīlalilali that I made for my mom. Now, the best part though is the waiutia, or the condensed milk. That is what makes it so ono. All right, so now we come to the second verse. We did the second verse. We come to the last verse. Kapauku e kolu me salima e sa'a wili wili. So, me kalima e ka'a wili wili. Now what does that mean? Well, you go ka'a, you go roll them up. You see, you ka'a, to roll, yeah? And then vili, because it's aipenu, it's the kind of food you have to dip in some kind of a sauce or a liquid, and in this case it's the condensed milk. So with your hand, and you ai mekalima, that's what it's focusing you to do. You know, eat with fork and knife. I know mekalima, elekepu meka ai ano o kapoi. Miki papakahi, miki papalua, o ino ke ano o kapoi. Ka ai iho ano no kapoi, me ka miki papakahi, me ka miki papalua. O ki ia ano mea ai o iho i ka Palaoa Pīlalilali, ele ke pū me ka ai iho ano no o kapoi, ai no me ka lima. So you ka'a this Palaoa Pīlalilali, and then you go vili, makapenu, iho ano no, I loko o ka waiukia. So you vili this thing inside. So you pau ho komo I loko o ka waiutia, then you ho komo no I loko o ka waha. And then when you eat, ho o kani ka muka, ho, so ono no, this sound, Ho'o kanikani ka muka. Oia ka ʻŌLELO no ke ia kania ka lehelehe a ka muka. Oia ho'i ono loa. That's a sound when something is ono. Very traditional. Smack the lips. Ono loa I ka waha. So oia no ka mo'o ʻŌLELO. That is the mo'o ʻŌLELO. O ke ia mele of this song. He mele I pila ana no ka ho'ohali alia ana no ku ua kamaiki. Oia na ke kumu o ka hakuana o ke ia mele. So how am I able to write these songs? People always ask me, Kumu, how you write all these songs? Well, first of all, it all comes through the process of kupu, of growth. In the kupu process, we start as kamaiki, as babies. We then grow into the level of the keiki, the child. From the child, we grow into the level of opio. From the opio, we will grow into the level of makua. From the makua, we grow into the level of Kūpuna. From Kūpuna, we transcend into the au-au-makua, to the strata of the au-makua, to the enlightenment of au-makua. And from that enlightenment, we go into the enlightenment of akua. It's a natural process. It's called the PONO. So at each level of kupu, you are acquiring intelligence. You are acquiring memories. You are acquiring through your experiences your enlightenment. So as you grow at each level, kupuana, kupuana, kupuana kupu ke kamaiki I ke keiki, kupu ke keiki I ka opio, kupu ka opio I ka makua, kupu ka makua I ke kupuna, kupu ke kupuna ka au makua, a kupu ka au makua I ke akua. And then the life cycle, kaleo ke ola, repeats itself for every generation. And this is the pono of the kupu process, which is the foundation word of kupuna, kupuana, kupuna. And this, we must all know and understand. You don't circumvent the growth process. You must live to know and understand the ike, the intelligence and the enlightenment, the Mālama, that comes at each level of the kupuana process in becoming a kupuna. You see, and throughout life you are learning, and as you are learning, you are growing. It is the same process of haku mele. You see, in haku mele, we have to have a kahua, a foundation to write the mele. So, the inspiration of the mele, the ulu kau, comes when the hua, the seed, is planted. Once it takes root, ulu kau, it grows. Again, that's inspiration. Then, lau, it multiplies. Pua, it blooms. Hua, it fruits and seeds. The seeds fall back to the kahua, the ground, and ho'ohua, it's planted again, it fruits again, it seeds again, and then a new plant. And then the process, the life cycle, kaleo keola, begins again. Oia ke ano ona po I Kūpuna. Ko ho ike ana mai ana ia u ku wā kamaiki. e pile ana no ka hako ana o nā mele. Like with the growth, the kupu process, you have to grow into it to know and understand fully in its totality the use of our ʻŌLELO Hawaiʻi. Aia no I ka ʻŌLELO keola, aia no I ka ʻŌLELO kamake. In the language there is life, in the language there is death. Aia no I ka ʻŌLELO ʻOIA ʻIʻO keola, aia no I ka ʻŌLELO hoʻopuni kamake. There, in the truth of our language, there is life. There, when we speak untruths, there is death. Aia no I ka ʻŌLELO keola, aia no I ka ʻŌLELO kamake. As we continue to speak our language has life. When we don't speak our language, then soon our language will deplete and die. Oia no kamana ona po e kūpuna ia o ku wā kamaiki. I ka hoʻolohe ana no I nā mele, a I nā moʻo ʻōlelo I pili no I nā mele. Aia no I ka ʻōlelo ka ʻOIA ʻIʻO o nā kūpuna. Ola mau no ka ʻōlelo kūpuna. There, in the language of our kūpuna, is truth. Ola mau no ka ʻōlelo kūpuna. And that language lives on forever. Ahe ka olo ana o ka ʻōlelo. Ahe ka ike o ka ʻōlelo o nā kūpuna. Aia ka ʻOIA ʻIʻO o ka ʻōLELO o nā kūpuna. Aia no I ka pule. Aia no I ke kahea. Aia no I ka oli. Aia no I ka moʻoku au hau. Aia no I ka moʻo ʻōLELO. Aia no I ka hula. Aia no I ka ʻōLELO no e au. Everything that we need to know has been left to us by our kūpuna. Aia no I ka ʻōLELO, and it's in the ʻōLELO. Ka ʻōLELO kūpuna. Pea ko'u I ke mau pōpō pono ana no ki I mau mea. No ka vehevehe ana a ka mana o nā kūpuna ku wā ka maiki. And I know and understand these things because I was raised by the old folks. Hanau ia no makahiki 1954 ya. Kela manawa hiki ka hapanui o nā kūpuna I noho I he e ia ke ʻŌLELO Hawaiʻi. ʻŌLELO Hawaiʻi no lāko ke kahi I manawa a pau. ʻŌLELO no lāko. Ia māko I ka ʻŌLELO Hawaiʻi. Oia no ke ano o ka ike maupōpō pono ana no ka ʻŌLELO Hawaiʻi. No lākou no. Oia hoʻi he ʻŌLELO kūpuna. He ʻŌLELO kūpuna no ka wahano o nā kūpuna o ke la manawa. That's why it's called ʻŌLELO kūpuna. Came from the mouth of my kūpuna at that time. O ka ino o kūpuna wahine a iwa wahine ali'i Rowan Kanae no he e ia oia. O kūpuna kane Frank Kaiali'i o Liloa Kanae kūpuna kane. Ka ino o kūpapa o e hoi o Alexander Kapili Aloha Hewitt. O kona māmā o e hoi o Mary Kahinu Pāwao o Kalani, a Woholani, no Waialua, o ahu no la ua no. Akamai no la ko. Akamai no la ko. E pila ana no ke lahana ki ia hana. No ka ho'o mau ana no o ka haona Hawaiʻi. Akamai no la ko. Mo e mahi ai ke kahi. Akana no la ko. Ke kalo, ka uala, ka ulu. A mena mea ai o ka aina. Po e mahi ai no la ko. Po e lawai ano la ko. Hele I ka hakai lawai a. Lawai ano ka hee. ka papai, ka ia, ka limu, ka wana, ma mauno mākou, ka ai iha anano, ki I mau mea ai onolo o na Hawaiʻi. So no ka wahano o lākou, ka ʻōLELO o ki ia kūpuna o hoi o ka wai kapu o kalani. Oia no ke kumu o ka haku ano o ki ia ano mele. No lākou no ka hoa o ana mai ana iau, no lākou no ka hoa au mai ana iau. Ho au no lākou iau, enlighten them. They enlighten me. O ka uhana a ka ho'opile ana no ia lākou. And all I needed to do was to follow them. Ka ho'opile ana no o ka ʻōLELO o lākou. Ka ho'opile ana no me ka hana o lākou. Ka ho'opile ana no ia lākou ina mea apau. Ho'opile aku ho'opile mai. Ho'opile aku ho'opile mai. And all I needed to do was to follow them. That's why they say, pa'ako waha. Ho'olohe me ka pepeau. Nā me kou maumaka. A me kalima hana pono. Keep your mouth shut. Listen carefully with your ears. Watch and follow. Oia no ke ano ko hoa ano o lākou ia mākou. That's how they taught us. Oia no ke ano ko hoa ano no o lākou ia mākou. And that's how we became into this light that we are today. Not from me, from them. And when we talk Kūpuna, we always have to remember this. When we talk Kūpuna, that the Kūpuna is the closest thing to an aumakua. The Kūpuna are the representatives of the aumakua and the akua. The Kūpuna are the living representatives of that lineage. So when you disrespect a Kūpuna, me kohana me ko ʻōLELO, the things you do and what you say, you're not only disrespecting that Kūpuna, but you disrespect the tradition of the PONO of the Kūpuna, and you disrespect the lineage that goes back to the Akua. And if you want to do that, because we can waha wale no, just waha about everything, but in actuality, do we follow our own PONO, or are we contrary, and do we like to say one thing and practice another? O ka ho'o mau ana no o ka pono, ka ho'o mau ana no o ka mālama o nā po I Kūpuna, no ka mea pili pono no nā Kūpuna, me na au mākua, a me ke akua. I ko kako malama ole o nā po I Kūpuna, I ko kako malama ole I nā au mākua, I ko kako malama ole o ke akua. So if we don't honor and respect our Kūpuna, then in truth, because they are the living representatives of our lineage, our aumakua and akua, then by not honoring and respecting them, in truth, you dishonor and disrespect the aumakua, your lineage, and your akua. So we have to come to a place of truth. Aia I ka ʻōLELO ka ʻOIA ʻIʻO. To be PONO is to be in alignment, to be in order. When we're out of order, out of the protocol, we're out of this being connected, then in truth we pono ole and pilina ole. And then we have to wonder why nui no nā mai o ka la hui Hawaiʻi iki i au huli huli nei. Mai uhane ke kahi, mai no ono ke kahi, mai kino maori ke kahi. E kolo ano o ka mai o ka la hui Hawaiʻi. Mai uhane, mai no ono, mai kino maori. O ke kumo o ke ia mau mai, e pile ano no i nā kanaka o ka la hui Hawaiʻi, he mai i pili pono no me ka pono ole. So we have three kinds of illness. Yeah? We have spirit illness, mental illness, and physical illness. But all the illnesses are connected to how we Mālama, honor and respect the Kūpuna. And as I said earlier, as we honor and respect the PONO of roles and responsibilities of Kūpuna in our lahui today, ola, we have health. But if we talk about these things and we're truly not doing these things, then what happens is, when we take things out of the order, when we take things out of the protocol, when we take things out of its proper context, we create illness. The illness of spirit, the illness of thought and processes, the illness of the physical body. Now, this is not like the illness of ketron cold. These are things that are directly connected to the word pono, and then how we heal those processes with ho'oponopono. And what would ho'oponopono be? Of course, it is the reordering, the reformatting, the restructuring of the pono. You see, take the order of Kūpuna, or the PONO of Kūpuna, that says you have to grow through the process. Take the PONO of Vakea and Papa. Vakea ko luna, Papa ko lalo. No kaluna ko luna, no kalalo ko lalo. That's PONO. The sky is above, that is the domain of Vakea. The earth is below, that is the domain of Papa. No kaluna ko luna, everything above, it's in its proper place. Embodiments of Vakea. No kalalo ko lalo. Everything that is below belongs to the domain of Papa. So what is in the sky? The sun, the planets, the moon, the stars, the clouds, right? Where does the rain come from? Falls from the sky. No kaluna, kalani o wakea ka'ua. All right. Where is the ocean? The ocean is below. Where are the mountains? Here on earth. They have not been placed there randomly. They were placed there with intent. Intent by our akua. If our akua can place things in that proper order, and the Kūpuna are the representatives of the aumakua and the akua on earth, why we seek answers from Keiki, Opio, and Makua? When our tradition says the closest thing on this earth that we can hear see, touch, smell is our kūpuna. He vai nui ke aloha. Nā kākou I pūlama I Hawaii. He vai nui nā kūpuna, nā kākou I Mālama I Hawaii. Aloha is such a great value, and it's up to us to perpetuate it. The kūpuna are of such great value, and it is for us to honor and respect them. So the mistakes we make when it comes to Hawaiʻi, or if we use the mo'o meheu, the mo'o ʻŌLELO, the mo'o o kalani, the mo'o o kahonua, the mo'o kuauhau. The mistakes that we constantly make is because PONO ʻole, we're out of alignment, we are out of order, we are out of protocol. And here we are. So again, writing a mele such as this is connected to the memory of the ike of those kūpuna. What I saw, ike. What I observed, ike. What I learned, ike. What I understood, ike. Ike kūpuna. You can only get ike kūpuna when you live with kūpuna, when you exist with kūpuna. And we in the ao huli huli, we in the ao of mahelehele, the time where we separate all these things and we don't know the proper pono. And this is part of the confusion. Anyway, I've ended my lecture for Mele and Mo'o ʻŌLELO for today. I'm going back himeni ho, sing one more time this Mele about the Pīlalilali. O sa Pīlalilali, ka Palaoa lalilali I sa waha, a ke momoni iho, e ai I sa ono. O sa Pīlalilali, sa Palaoa lalilali I sa waha, ke momoni iho, he ai ono loa, penu ia me kawaiutia, ka ai momona I sapu, I ke ale iho, he ai onoloa, penu ia me kawaiutia, ka ai momona I sapu, I ke ale iho. E ai me ka inu ti, e ai me sa inu sope, ahu wale sa ono, o sa Palaoa Pīlalilali. E ai me ka inu ti, e ai me ka inu sope, ahu wale ka ono, o sa Palaoa Pīlalilali. E ai ono loa, penu ia me kawaiutia, ka ai momona I sapu, I ke ale iho. E ai ono loa, penu ia me kawaiutia, sa ai momona I sapu, I ke ale iho. favorite verse. Me salima e sa'a wili wili, a e ho'o somo somo, he ai penu ia, ho'o sani sani samusa. Me salima e sa'a wili wili, a e ho'o tomo tomo, he ai penu ia, ho'o sani sani samusa. For those who do not understand me, me kalima e ka'awili wili, a e ho'o komo komo, he ai penu ia, e ho'o kani kani kamuka. Me salima e ka'awili wili, a e ho'o komo komo, he ai penu ia, e ho'o kani kani kamuka. And the way I went grow up learning ʻŌLELO Hawaiʻi. Hame salima e sa'a wili wili, a e ho'o somo somo, he ai penu ia, e ho'o sani sani samuka. That's when Kūpuna get a little bit kolohe. And they like you know, but they don't like you understand. O ia no, ke ano o ka ʻŌLELO, o sole sole no na po e tupuna. One more time, and we will bow our mele and mo o ʻŌLELO. Me salima e sa'a wili wili, a e ho'o tomo tomo, he ai penu ia, e ho'o sani sani samusa. Me salima e sa'a wili wili, e ho'o tomo tomo, he ai penu ia, e ho'o sani sani samusa, e ho'o kani kani kamuka. A ʻOIA wale, a ʻOIA ho'iha, ua pau ka papa o ka mele, a moka mo'o ʻŌLELO ho'ie, a ua pau ke ia papa o ka mele, a me ka mo'o ʻŌLELO ho'ie. Thank you for being here today with Mele and Mo'o ʻŌLELO and listening to the Mele. He Mele no ka Palaoa Pīlalilali. And until I see you folks again next week, Thursday, mahalo nui kāko, nā ke akua no, ka ho'o mai kai, ka ho'o la me, ka ho'o malu. Malu no au kāko pakahi a pau, ka la hui o Hawaiʻi nei. Ke aloha nui, ke aloha nui, ke aloha nui a kāko, aloha.